Hey guys, my name is Dean. Welcome to Manflow Yoga. In this video, I'm going to be doing a yoga fix for the Warrior Two pose. So I'm going to point out one of the main errors that I see in Warrior Two, explain some of the other technique improvements that you can make, and talk about how this can improve your yoga practice and just help you get more results from your yoga routines. So I'm going to go straight into it. So Warrior Two. Our Warrior Two is a very common yoga posture. It's a quintessential yoga posture that you see in almost any yoga video or any sort of yoga imagery that you see online or wherever you see it. Warrior Two starts from a wide-legged stance. Feet are turned slightly in. Your front foot is going to point out, and then you bend into that knee, basically knee over the ankle in the front foot. Hips are squared under your shoulders, and your thighs are squeezing toward one another. So those are some very rudimentary points or some very basic technique points. But what I want to talk about here is one of the most common errors that I see. And it's very common with men, it's very common with people new to yoga, but I kind of see this, what I call the surfer, right? So instead of staying shoulders over the hips, what happens is we kind of lean forward, the hand reaches forward, we put more weight in the front, the knee passes over the ankle in the front foot, and we're kind of in this position here again. So my weight is forward, my hands are reaching forward, and I've got a lot of weight in my front leg, and my back leg is just kind of hanging out. It's not really doing much there. So what I want you to think instead here is leading with the hips. So again, leading with the hips. That's what I want you to take away from this mainly. So instead of reaching forward with your hand, I want you to keep your arms straight out. So start in this position here where I've got my front leg straight, shoulders directly over the hips and arms extended. And instead of reaching forward, I want you to lead with your hips. So as I bend, I'm going to have my back hip push into my front hip. Notice that my shoulders stay directly above my hips. And now I've got my weight more balanced. It's easier for me to engage my core. It's easier to squeeze my legs toward one another. And my back leg is actually doing a lot of the work here. Whereas before, most of that weight was shifting into the front leg. So again, lead with your hips. This is actually going to help you get a better stretch too when you go into Warrior Two. So you're not here, your back hip isn't up, but you're pushing that back hip into the front hip. Still keeping the hips below the shoulders, but just instead of leaning forward, leading with the hips. And then you also want to make sure that you can see your big toe around your knee. Make sure that that knee isn't caving in. So think squeezing your leg or your whatever leg is forward, squeezing that knee to the outside. Arms are going to stay up. Don't get lazy with your arms. Legs squeeze toward one another. If you can't squeeze your legs toward one another, bring your legs closer together. So if you get really far apart and you notice you don't have the muscle control, just squeeze your legs in toward the middle. Shorten your stance, get a little bit closer together. And those are the main technique points for Warrior Two. Don't go away yet, I'm going to talk a bit more. This is our yoga fix, and in this we go through some technique points or something that I wanted to point out, a common error in yoga, a yoga fix. I also talk about some wellness habits and my own personal lifestyle and stuff that I do to stay healthy. So first thing I'm going to go through is a wellness tip. And the tip for this week, which is coming right after Thanksgiving, is to not worry all the time about your fitness. I talk with so many people, who get so down on themselves that they have one day where, they forget to eat well, or they have, this one incident and they think that it's thrown off everything. But here's the thing, it's not sustainable for you to be fitness minded all the time. It's not realistic that you're never going to eat a piece of cake again, or you're never going to have a beer, or you're never going to have, something unhealthy every once in a while. So think of that as part of the plan. Instead of thinking of something as, that's not something that I do, I'm never going to do that, and then you cheat, or you actually do it, and then you feel guilty. Instead, just think of it as, no, this is something that I do occasionally. It's not something that I do every day, and I'm not going to do it that much. But just think about it as something that, okay, I'm going to do it every once in a while, but I'm not going to get mad at myself or feel guilty for doing it. Okay, so that's the wellness tip. My personal habit is being bored, is trying to be more bored. So let me explain this, because I think in this age it's really hard to be bored, right? If you're on your phone, right? If you have a phone with you, if you have the internet, you're pretty much always entertained, or you can always do something. Even if you think that you're bored on your phone, at least you have something that you can do. So what I try to do on a daily basis, really, but definitely on the weekends, is I try to be bored. I sit somewhere with no distractions. I sit outside and I just watch things. I kind of just sit and I try to be non-reactive. So it's kind of a form of meditation. I just sit somewhere. I feel the need to be stimulated somehow. Like I want to look at my phone. I want to, maybe look at emails or do something work related. But instead of doing that, I just sit where I am and I don't do anything. I try to get bored. I let my mind think all the random thoughts that it wants to without me reacting to them. So my wellness tip, my personal habit that I like doing is trying to be bored more often. And I encourage you to try it on a weekly basis. Maybe set a timer for yourself for 20 minutes. Go sit outside. Go sit in, your office or a room, or go sit at Starbucks or whatever it is, and just spend 20 minutes doing nothing. Let your body recharge. Let your brain take a break. And I think you're going to get a lot out of it. And that's it. So guys, if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We put out great content. I think it's great every week. This is the Yoga Fix. We put this out every Monday. We also put out workouts. I put out tutorials, basically anything that's going to help you improve your fitness and also help you learn more about yoga and how that can improve your fitness. That's what we focus on. And then if you want to learn more about what I do, my website is manflowyoga.com. We have a blog on there. What we mainly do is create workouts and programs for my online members area. You can learn all about that at manflowyoga.com. And that's it. So guys, if you liked any of this video, be sure to like the video. If you want to leave a comment, let me know about one of your own personal wellness habits. Tell me about it here in the comments below. Otherwise, hope you had a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, and I almost forgot. I just put out a brand new blog, a comprehensive Yoga for Men for Beginners guide on my website. Check out manflowyoga.com/blog, or you can go here in the link below, in the description below, and there'll be a link for that directly. So hope you enjoyed that video. Again, hope to see you on future videos, and have a good day.